The Texas Parks and Wildlife television series is funded in part by a grant from the Wildlife and Sport Fish Restoration Program. Through your purchases of hunting and fishing equipment and motorboat fuels, over $50 million in conservation efforts are funded in Texas each year. Additional funding provided by Ram Trucks. Guts, glory, Ram. Coming up on Texas Parks and Wildlife.
El Paso has so much access, but I think we all are kind of suffering from a lack of knowledge on how to use it and what to do when we get there.
You have to keep moving, and it's a really intense thing being out there. It's exciting. It's sort of an adrenaline rush.
I work with an incredible group of people. I am inspired by their quest for knowledge.
Texas Parks and Wildlife, a television series for all outdoors.
You know, in El Paso, it's literally 5 minutes to get to a mountain, and you just can't beat that. I'm Clara Cobb, and I am an El Paso native. I run a couple social media sites here in El Paso. What you really do is tell stories, and that's my attraction, absolutely, to Hueco Tanks. It's a place where people have been telling stories for 10,000 years. Hueco Tanks isn't the smallest state park, but it's definitely the most exclusive. It's capped at 72 people a day, and there is a list, but the easiest way to get on the list is to sign up for a pictograph tour, which takes you behind the scenes to some of the more exclusive places.
Welcome to Site 17.
Right.
This is Lower 17, also known as Newspaper Cave. You have right up here above us these kind of cream-colored shapes. That dates back to Apache era. That's roughly somewhere around 200 to 400 years old. A bit more recently than them, this kind of orangish horse shape right here. Everyone always thinks that that's Native American cave art. It's not. If you look behind the tree, you'll see there's a nice inscription here.
This is definitely a cultural intersection. The Native people, travelers, from the Butterfield Trail to the Buffalo Soldiers, they all came to Hueco Tanks. We have such a rich, cultural, diverse history.
These are all Tigua names. This is one of the things that show that the Tiguas do have a historical presence here at Hueco Tanks.
You know, it's fun that it's on the border, because the longer you're on the border, the more you realize how people and their stories transcend those man-made borders, I guess.
So the painting we're looking at actually takes up this entire wall. You want to be careful not to touch it.
You can see all the other stories people left behind. That's what makes us all kind of unique, and everyone has their own journey and their own story and perspective, and that's kind of just really special. When I first moved back to El Paso almost 3 years ago, I didn't really know the trails anymore. Through other people's stories, their blogs, their social media posts, that's how I reacquainted myself with the opportunities here. When you have a place like Hueco, you don't not climb. This is world-class rock climbing, bouldering specifically. It's the birthplace of American bouldering. And people come very seriously from all over the world to train and to practice and to climb Hueco Tanks.
Take that stronghold.
I am a hobbyist rock climber.
The only way you can become a climber is climbing. So sometimes you'll have to think and act on the fly. But the sequential problem is so hard that you literally have to find your abilities with your body and actually doing it. And that's what a lot of people don't understand about climbing.
My skill level is fall down 7 times, get up 8.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah. But I like doing it.
Pump up on that hold, get that hold.
It's about having a challenge and overcoming it, facing adversity, solving those problems.
We have a saying, think less, climb more.
Think less, climb more.
Good, good. Hit that big jug with your other hand. Yes, good, Claire, come on. Good. Come back down to this big hole waiting for you. Right there. Oh, much better.
When you see chalk, It shows you the route that someone else took, you know, their solution to the problem. It's a hint on how to get through the route. And that doesn't necessarily mean it's the best solution for you, but it certainly gives you a little preview, a sample of one way you can solve that problem.
Up today.
El Paso has so much access, but I think we all are kind of suffering from a lack of knowledge on how to use it and what to do when we get there. You'll go to other places and other cities and people will tag like secret spot or, oh, I can't tell you because there's too many people going. Here people are very open, there's no secret. The first year I was here, I had more than 60 groups of friends, something like 270 people total come out and visit based on like my Instagram photos alone. Fortunately, Hueco closes at 5, but when it does close, I like to bust it back into El Paso to Franklin Mountain State Park and do a little happy hour hike. Taking a selfie is kind of cool, but taking a selfie on top of a mountain is like super cool. You can't go and do something cool if you don't know that opportunity exists. And I think that's the thing I get excited about, giving people the opportunity to know what opportunities they have. You know, when you're talking about parks and you're sharing your experience in parks, like already you've become a park ambassador.
Get out of its way and get to the other side of the
This is a story about some special people. Meet Kevin Ferguson and Robin Dabney. Kevin runs both Kickapoo Cavern State Park and Devil's Sinkhole. And Robin, well, she's doing the dirty work at Dinosaur Valley State Park. Besides working in our state parks, they are also firefighters. Volunteer firefighters, and this is a look into what it takes to be on the fire line with the state park's Wildland fire team.
Hey, just a heads up, we're picking up a little bit of gusty wind. Everything's fine though.
Here at Cedar Hill State Park, south of Dallas, a prescribed burn is underway to help restore the park's native blackland prairie.
It's an extremely rare habitat that we are trying to manage. Cedar Hill has, in our state park system, probably the best representation of blackland prairie, and we're managing to kind of restore it back to its natural diversity.
The way this stuff is brushy here, we want to get down and around the end.
For Kevin, he is in training.
You want to split them into two?
Yeah.
A test to see if he has what it takes to be a future firing boss.
The fire behavior is very good. We're getting what we want. This woody debris is moving out into the prairies. We're getting good behavior in there, taking a lot of that stuff with it. We're happy with what we're getting.
For Robin, this is just her third prescribed burn.
You have to keep moving, and it's a really intense thing being out there. It's exciting. It's sort of an adrenaline rush. You're walking, you can see the fire dripping, you can hear the trees, the grasses igniting, and you can feel the heat for sure.
All right, let's move. It's about to get hot.
The team's goal is to burn and help restore 5,000 to 10,000 acres of parkland every year. All as volunteers, as their daily duties continue back at the office.
I love my day-to-day job that I do at the park, but being brought into something that you feel is not only this important, but is this exciting as well. It's just a passion. When you really believe in something like that, it's, you know, you make it happen.
It's neat to come out and be able to work on a project that from start to finish you can accomplish in one day. See all the grass, see the trees beforehand, drag the fire, everything lights up, and then it's black. So you can really see it through all the stages from beginning to end. And it's neat, it feels good, like you accomplished something.
We're going to run 2 heats today, 45 pounds.
To be part of the fire team, every year the firefighters have to pass a fitness run of sorts.
Always a little nervous, but excited as well. This will be the 5th year running, so it's fun.
I've gotten out and walked some. I've carried a little bit of weight, but I haven't actually gotten to carry the 45 pounds yet. So I've kind of been nervous, waking up with nightmares leading up to this.
Heavy.
Ready, set, go.
I have to walk 45 minutes with a 45-pound pack, 3 miles. So it's a big ordeal.
Somebody's chasing me! The point of it is to walk. You're not allowed to run, so 1 foot on the ground at all times.
What lap is this?
Going strong. Over halfway.
This is 5? So we'll get called out on wildfires, prescribed burns, and some of these last for a week, 2 weeks at a time, and you're hiking up in Fort Davis area or Caprock where there's hills.
30 seconds ahead.
And so this is just kind of a test to make sure that you're in shape and capable to do all of that year round. My feet are starting to hurt and I'm feeling the 45 pounds.
You could be going for longer than 12 hours. You could really be tested on your physical ability, and this is one way to get a snapshot of what you can handle. Good run.
I talk to myself the whole way, and I listen to music, and I close my eyes, whatever I have to do, and I get through it. I need help. I feel relieved for sure now that it's over.
See you next year.
Hundreds of homes destroyed in one of the worst wildfire outbreaks in Central Texas history. The biggest burning in and around Bastrop State Park right now. More than 25,000 acres. Again, 476 homes destroyed.
2011 proved to be the most devastating wildfire season in Texas history. At Bastrop, Kevin was one of the first on the scene.
At Bastrop, you're looking at a historic buildup of fuels which provided for conditions that were extremely volatile. It was primed to go, and it took off like a shot.
If I can get around them, I'll come back there and look at it with you.
We went straight for over 48 hours before getting any sleep, and then it was an hour here and an hour there, and we never knew it was going to be like that, and you had to be prepared to be able to endure whatever's thrown at you, especially in an emergency situation like that.
Earlier in April, fires hit Possum Kingdom State Park, and it was Robin's first wildfire.
When the fire came over at Possum Kingdom, we knew it would take out the vegetation. We knew it would take out everything that was in its path that we weren't able to protect. But we went in and we dug around some of the structures, tried to protect the houses. We tried to protect the cabins as well, and everything there survived.
Both fires burned thousands of acres of parkland. But the team was able to save all the park's historic structures and cabins.
An ember fell in the crotch of that juniper tree.
The training and qualifications of our state park firefighters allowed our firefighters to quickly flip a switch from a prescribed fire mode to a wildland firefighting mode. We were able to protect our park infrastructure, protect our park natural resources and cultural resources, and save these state legacies, our state parks.
The fire team here has proved through multiple wildfires that all of their firefighters are well trained and can work together to accomplish something. And in this case, it was protecting buildings and saving parks.
As a team, training together, working together, we're ready. And we've learned what it takes to be effective and to be safe. And whatever happens, we're ready to go.
Growing up, I was inspired by the world around me. I've grown up on the coast. I was educated on the coast.
I sat in on Jackie's interview when we hired her, and talk about passionate. I mean, she can be teary-eyed when you talk about how she feels about the habitat along the coast in Texas.
One of my instructors in college, she had to sit down and write down in your field book your observations. And so when we were done, she told us what she saw, and it was totally different from what we saw. That was probably the most applicable moment I had in college. In our program, we provide recommendations to protect fish and wildlife resources to governmental agencies that are either authorizing or conducting development in coastal areas. Those projects range from residential piers to space launch facilities and everything in between.
Right, the mic.
We have Salicornia, and then it's a bear, and then we have Batis. I work with an incredible group of people. They come to this job wanting to learn every day, and I am inspired by their quest for knowledge. And so I want to teach them everything that I know.
She's provided the leadership for those staff, and the skills that she's demonstrated as a leader are just excellent.
She's extremely dedicated. She will help anybody who needs it, anybody who asks her for help. She's extremely knowledgeable, and if she comes across something that she doesn't know, she will find the answer to it.
She's a great educator. She really takes the time to teach me the backstory of a project and where we're at now.
She's a great, mentor, and she took that initiative on her own.
I look forward to the years in working with her and just learning so much from what she has to offer.
I get to learn something new every day, and the learning is never ending, it's constant. And so that keeps me motivated and inspired to keep doing this job that I've been doing for 8 years now. There's been a number of people who have also taught me to better understand and appreciate the world in front of me. At Parks and Wildlife, it's my opportunity to pay that appreciation and understanding forward.
It's stocking time at the A.E. Wood Fish Hatchery. The hatchery raises thousands and thousands of rainbow trout. And in the winter, they're loaded up and off to the Guadalupe River.
There go the fish. There they go.
Each stocking, we put out 2,200 rainbow trout. They're divided up on all the stocking sites that we have. The phone calls always come in during trout season. Everybody's wanting to know when we're stocking certain water bodies, especially the canyon tail rays.
There you go.
Fly guy.
Hey, there he goes.
One of the reasons why rainbow trout are possible on the Guadalupe River just below canyon tail race is because when they dammed up the Guadalupe River, it actually enabled the water temperatures to stay cool year-round. Anytime that we go to one of these stockings, the fishermen follow.
You see the tiniest little movement. There he is. And I just love catching these fish. Ooh. They'll jump, they'll run, they'll do everything for you. It's a blast. I love getting in the water with them. I got 3 pair of waders in the car, and here I am in my jeans soaked.
I'm just using power bait right now. Yep, we got her. Okay, we're ready to go fishing. Come on, take it. Thank you. Thank you. That's how you catch a fish. We used to catch these in Canada. This is where I'm from. So this is a real treat for me. Yeah. Ooh!
This project was funded in part by a grant from the Sport Fish Restoration Program.
All I thought Pinellas was like camping and the little river part. I did not know this place was here at all.
Mountain biking in general is becoming a more popular pursuit. The Texas Hill Country is quickly becoming a mountain biking and cycling mecca. Here at Pedernales Falls, we have a great deal of trails that can accommodate all skill levels of mountain biking.
Watch out for that bump.
More of our campers are showing up with mountain bikes. Particularly on weekends, we get a lot of mountain bikers staying in the park and training on our trails in the park.
Wait for us! Wait for us! Right now, it seems like it's fairly unknown for bikers. In fact, I don't know if we've seen anyone on bike.
We have probably 8 miles of one-lane dirt road trails that will accommodate your basic skill level mountain bikers. It's a good way to get out and see the park.
This is nice right through here.
We have some secondary trails that altogether encompass about 20 miles of mountain biking trails. Wolf Mountain Trail is our most popular mountain biking trail, and it provides a combination of single track and wider Jeep road type terrain. It can range from easy, flatter type terrain to some pretty significant hills that will provide a good challenge to any skill level.
I kind of took a look at it thinking maybe. No way. It was like come to a stop, get off your bike and walk.
Looking forward to getting to ride through the flat area and through the flowers.
It is really pretty. You know, there's places where it's a nice almost meadow with just going through flowers, kind of like here. And then there's places that are nice and shady with all the cedar trees, and there's even places that look kind of like mini ravines.
We get groups of all types out here. A lot of it's just families looking to escape and get out and enjoy nature on their bikes and get a little exercise. We also get your hardcore mountain bikers that come in here and want to cover 20 miles in 2 hours, and they're hitting the trail hard. We can certainly accommodate any interest in mountain biking here.
And rafting.
Rafting.
This series is funded in part by a grant from the Wildlife and Sport Fish Restoration Program. Through your purchases of hunting and fishing equipment and motorboat fuels, over $50 million in conservation efforts are funded in Texas each year. Additional funding provided by Ram Trucks. Guts, glory, Ram.